Change it. Well, at least we're live.
Didn't change what?
I didn't change the setting on it. Hey, everybody, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? My name is Coach Terry Bryant. This is Coach Bryant. Welcome to Hits and Heels. It's Wednesday night. Last week we had the most god awful technical issues, and it's storming right now. So if we go out, it's because it's storming. So first of all, just welcome. We got a couple of people that are going to probably hop on today. Prayerfully that you guys will be able to get to chat with us a little bit. But Coach Bryant, I don't know where to start. I know I had the most fantastic weekend that I've ever had in my life, and we're going to talk about that in my life.
Ain't we been? How long we been
And
together?
we've been together 6 years.
Dang.
And so
in your life,
in my life, it's
you lucky.
in my top 5. It's in my top 5.
Oh,
It's in my top 5. It's in my top 5 because we didn't have some good times.
No, but hold on. Yeah,
we didn't have some good times. So
it
doesn't. It hasn't surpassed any of the things that we've done as a couple. I'm gonna fix it.
Fix it.
It hasn't. It wasn't as good as what we've done as a couple. But when I tell you what a time we had over this weekend, and you guys are gonna hear from some of the just from some of the comments. But first of all, we got some announcements to make. So y'all know that we are a part of the Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame. Thank you for sponsoring us, Layshaw. And we are coming up on our 4th annual gala. And the gala is on September the 20th at the Central Bank Center here in Lexington, Kentucky. Everybody is invited. Go to layshoff.com. You see the link right there to be able to purchase your tickets, and you can choose where your tickets are going to be. It's better if you use a computer as opposed to your phone, because on the phone it's really, really small, and you really have a hard time picking like your seats on that. Okay. I will also be out at Douglas Park this Sunday. It's Super Sunday in Lexington.
Super Sunday.
And so we'll do that. Hey, Donna. Of course, why would I not know that was you, Sweet Dark Chocolate? Because you got the prettiest chocolate skin ever, right? So hey, so shout out to Miss Janice Green, Miss Green. Shout out your team, Diane Barney. How are you? And make sure you shout out your team. Okay, who that? I knew she was a Saints fan. Our pictures were the bomb. Well, you seen most of the pictures.
I only saw one.
You saw one picture? Whatever, babe. I done saw you how many videos and
I only remember one video and one picture. And,
okay, so the one video the one video and picture that he remembers, of course, is the one when we were coming out of the Hall of Fame conference room, event room, and she was a 49ers fan, of course.
Bang, bang,
right, Diane, right. Go Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? I at least had to have one Cowboys fan.
911, what's your emergency? I'm a Cowboys fan.
I'm not getting ready to fool with you today.
I'm just saying, send help.
I am not getting ready to fool with you today.
You send help.
At all. I am not getting ready to fool with you today. So I'm gonna bring hopefully I don't know if the founder will be on, but hopefully our host will be on later on, and my co-host should be on shortly too, as well, as far as who did the camp with me. But Coach Bryant, I need to do more football clinics. Are you gonna be okay with that?
Okay, there you go. Put me on the spot. No, we're good with that, because when I saw in the video, it was a lot of structure. A lot of young ladies figured out that football was not as simple as it looks. Officials are not as idiots as they, well, that's depends. Not as idiots as they seem to be. But and I say stuff about officials. All I have asked officials do is move and get in position. If you don't see it 100%, don't call it. Because I'm one. I'm right. And but going back to the clinic, it looks like you had a lot of fun. You got nominated in the Black Women's Love of Football, and got a little trophy here. Yeah, we'll show it. Yeah, a little trophy. I was proud. I'm proud of my girl. She's doing what she's doing. And it looked like a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I
It
guess.
was a lot of fun. So one of the things about the women's clinic, and when Natola comes on here, we'll talk about it. Is I had to kind of pivot a little bit because when I got there, I had to read the room, and I thought that there would be a younger crowd that would be able to handle like a flag football game. But when I got there and read the room, I was like, oh, they all my age.
And that was what the point is about that, and that's probably why it was so much fun, because everybody
Yes.
wasn't about this or that. They were just about supporting each other, because they're at that age, and you do that when you get to a certain age, and
you just want community,
and you just want community, and it's so cool. I guarantee you, it was so cool to see a lot of them. Like I remember the show League of Our Own.
Yes.
And in the show, the one of the two stars, the sisters, one of them said, I didn't know it was a lot of us. I didn't know it was a lot of us who was playing baseball.
Right.
I didn't know it was a lot of us just doing the football thing.
Right.
And that's what I saw as many pictures, many. I'm surprised she still got room for anything else on the phone. I'm just saying, many pictures and many videos. I mean, and very. I mean, I just like the bonding. That's
yes.
That made it pretty cool. The bonding and everybody's learning. And when you're doing your clinics, and you got to get underneath there, you got to get underneath there. You got to see the video.
It was fun. But anyway, before we go to that, I'm gonna pause. Right. Hey, Mr. Brown, how about them Cowboys? You just want to be funny. You supposed to be my dog.
What do you think? How about them Cowgirls? I see, Brown. That's why we're right here.
Like,
that's why
Mr.
we're right
Brown,
here.
You my dog.
I'm just
my
saying.
Man. You my man. But my ace coon boom.
But he's a truthful man. He's a truthful man. How you doing, Mr. Brown? Nice, always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. And hey, Donna, thank you so much, Donna. He said he meant Cowboys. Donna, thank you. Diane, thank you. I appreciate that. He said he meant Cowboys.
But he's an educated brother. I don't think he misspelled.
He did.
No, it's just love. It's just love.
He did. So, Coach Brown, before Natola come on, let's talk about you. You got a tournament this weekend. What you got going on? Let's start with us. We started off 7th season this past week.
Crawford football here in Lexington Middle School. We basically what ended up happening is I ended up getting the job. This is our 7th season. We played 6 seasons. Done very well each and every season. Still a little bitter about last year ending our season. I ain't gonna kid you. It's first time ever in my coaching career of 38 plus years. We got a brand new group is coming out there. They're grinding. It's not the 50 to 60s that we're used to because we have a new school and a new middle school, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Young kids. I mean, there's been no whining. It's been no whining. I'm talking about the ones that's there, right?
It's always one young man that shows up that has never played before and is being made to play.
But hold on, let me clarify this.
Just bless his heart.
No, bless his mom heart, because
she's trying.
She's grinding. And she's trying to get her young male out there because he's going to get to that age. He's about to be in high school. Yeah. And there's a certain age that when I said this real quickly, I said this, Brown, you lose stripes for that, man. You ain't gotta fix that. You had it right. All right. And no, but what I'm saying is, there's a period of time that I remember my mom when my dad died when I was very young, and I was 2, and I got to a certain age, and it's not male or female, mom or dad, but it does make a difference in some cases, in both cases, meaning a little girl and a little boy. But what that said is, my mom used to tell me, stop acting like her. When I got to a certain age, she was like, stop acting like me, because you can't grow up as a male acting that way, and it ain't gonna work. So what that is, and that's what his mom's trying to do. She's trying without using those words, she's trying to get him involved around males, around other young males his age, and get him, when you play a sport, just like the young ladies at y'all's clinics, that's a bonding for the rest of you,
for the rest of our life. We said we are supposed for life. No doubt.
I mean, so this coming season is going to be interesting again. I mean, again, we start from scratch, which people don't realize. I mean, we play teams that practice year round, and they put all this effort in, and then they have to work hard to beat us. So I mean, just said they got to work hard to beat us. So we don't do that. We don't go year round. We don't do that. We coach them up, and we put our kids in the best position for them to be successful. So we're very happy with our success at Cooperative Cougars middle football here in Lexington.
I miss our offensive coordinator already, though.
Yeah, Davenport got a great job. Went back home to Cincinnati. Pastor Davenport, I love that. And he got a great job, and we said it at the banquet. Remember, we lose guys to high school or jobs. They don't go lateral. They enjoy being a part of our program, but we're gonna do what we're gonna do. And again, looking for another coach, but it's got to be the right coach, right fit. And if not, then we three, Coach Edwards, Coach Bryant, and myself, we'll just grind and get it done.
We're gonna get it done regardless.
Gonna get it done.
We're gonna get it done regardless.
So my question on you, so would you expecting that type of an environment, meaning the colors, the Bills, the Patriots, the Redskins?
I did.
They're not the Redskins. I'm sorry.
The Commanders.
The Commanders. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh my God, because Tony was one of the best Commanders people that was there. Absolutely. I think she got pictures with everybody. She did a great job of getting pictures with everybody, and she captured some really good videos from the clinic, and it was fantastic. I like some of the ladies that are on now, like Donna. Donna is from California, I believe, and but she's a Saints fan and just diehard. Their gear was just so cute.
Donna, help me.
And I might be wrong. Where are you from, Donna? Because it was 150 women that I had to try to figure out and remember their names
I'm trying to get
and what teams they were and the connection and where they were from and that type of stuff. But I'm just looking forward to it. I tried to add as many of them as a friend, so that way when we go Louisiana, that when we go back next year for our 26th, and that makes sense that you're a Saints fan if you're from Louisiana. That I can walk up to somebody and I know their name because of our connection from today, and then now being able to follow them on social media and seeing what they're what they got going on. I'm so excited.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good. So you get there the first night. So let's picture it.
Let's picture it. Okay.
Take a picture. And no, really, let's picture this. You leave me for 3 days.
I leave you for 3 days.
3 days.
I left you for 3 days.
and all of a sudden you get there Friday night.
Yes, I got there Friday night. So because I got off earlier than what I expected to get off. So I was able to get there like right about 3:30, and the festivities didn't kick off till like about 5. But when I got there was already a meet and greet in the conference room. So they had pizza in there, and it was full of young ladies that were already there.
Lovers?
Yes, there was some.
I don't know pepperoni.
Yeah, but anyway. But there was a room.
Anyway.
There was a room for the ladies that was already there. We went there to go get our swag. We had like a swag bag. I should have bought it. We got a swag bag that was full of little gifts and business cards and so that we could connect with some of the vendors that we had. And so we went there, and we got our shirt for Saturday. We got our badges and our wristbands, because we had to have all of that stuff for that. So everybody had to sign up on that, and then from there we kind of got it together, and then we went over to like a tailgate place, and it was basically a big old parking lot in an area, and there were tents. Everybody set up like their tents. We had some trucks, some food. We had a couple of food trucks, and we had a DJ. We had a 360.
What kind of music they play?
The music we like to hear, like old school.
Good stuff.
That too. I mean, all the good stuff. Yeah,
about.
all the good stuff. Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, all the good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, all the good. The
y'all
whole
get-
weekend, the DJ was popping with all.
Okay,
all
y'all
the
didn't
good
get
stuff.
banned from the hotel for doing the
Like- No, we didn't get banned. We did not get banned from the hotel like on the Carnival cruises.
Okay, I'm
We
just
did not
saying.
get banned.
I'm just checking.
Yeah. So,
Just checking.
my girl is on. I'm gonna go ahead and bring her on right now. Hey, beautiful.
Hey y'all,
You got your gear on.
just walked off the field.
So is that baseball?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So hold on. I got a question right at the beginning. First introducer. Yeah, I got a question, Miss Blue.
Okay, so for those that don't know, this is Natola Hawthorne. She is the first.
And you got to say her name again. Is that not a smooth name together?
Yes, it is.
Does that not flow?
Yes.
I mean, announcers would love your name.
Natola Hawthorne.
Touchdown. Home run. All right. I like that.
So she's fresh off of the diamond because she is a baseball umpire, but she's also a football official, certified high school and college. And so she's presently in New York, right?
What part?
Cooperstown.
Oh, you're in Coop.
And
Okay.
she's going through training with the MLB, right?
I do their premier games for their former players and things of such. Yes.
Okay, but no, that push you there. That push you there.
Right.
Hey,
And she does it all. So her business is called She Does It All because she calls everything. She calls baseball, softball, volleyball, football. She calls just about all the sports. And so her business is called She Calls It All because she does call all of them, right? And so she was my partner in our women's clinic, but she is officially as the first inductee into the Black Women Love Football Hall of Fame.
yes.
The first.
Congratulations. The first.
Thank you.
All right. But now my question, Blue.
Yes,
No.
sir.
All right. As a high school coach, now are you a high ball caller or a low ball caller? You can't give them both, Blue.
Absolutely can, sir, because the box.
Oh! No.
And it's funny that you say that because Terry and I had this conversation, and she said, my husband is going to say it has to be one or the other.
You can't give them both. Hey, because like myself, been a high school umpire once before and umpired a lot. I never called here, and somebody finally asked me why. I said, when I played baseball, I couldn't hit that pitch. So I never called it. I always called the top of the abs, not the chest. So I will be saying, Blue, you can't give them both. So what'd you do? Would you give me that's enough, coach?
So no, I'm a very informative umpire. I'm going to tell you what the zone is by definition.
By
By
rule.
rule.
By rule, right? By rule, right? Our
That's
favorite
what I'm
thing, Terry
saying.
said that too. That's what my husband says, by rule. But if you think about it, if we just call the waist, we are cheating the pitchers by at least 2 baseballs.
No. I didn't say waist. Upper ab.
So even if you go to your sternum, which is the midpoint between the shoulders and the waist, which is what the rule says, that's the top of the zone.
She like, that's enough, coach.
So I'm gonna acknowledge you first, Coach.
All right. We lost her.
We lost her.
What happened?
I don't know. Is that on our end or her here? Oh, that's her. She is.
There I
There
am.
you go. You're back. All right. So I know the wife has got many questions, but I got one more.
Yes, sir.
And she probably was going to ask this one too. And all the sports you do, very blessing, and it's even more of a blessing to know the rules, because the rules are different, and because I've done high school games coaching, and I can tell when that guy so far in here in Fayette County, that guy is a college, because I would go, that's not a high school rule, that's a college rule. Then we get it more in baseball, because it's a different bulk, how you can set up is more strict in college. And so, do you ever get confused sometime and go, "Ooh, wrong one," or not?
So here's what I tell my crew: I'm gonna work my mechanics. Y'all enforce the rules.
There you go.
Because I never want to enforce a college rule in a high school game, nor
Yes.
vice versa. Right. So my motto is I can't allow my decimals to affect my commas.
Okay.
That part.
So
Yeah.
So Mr. Brown says, are most strikeouts by batters off a curveball, a fastball, or another pitch?
Curveball.
Curve.
But normally, now as a high school coach, I tell our batters all the time that pitchers don't make a living on throwing curveballs; they make a living on batters swinging at it. I said, because majority of curveballs are not strikes.
Correct. And so most
strikes.
times they're not sitting back on that curveball, so they're trying to meet it, right?
Yes.
And that's when they miss it. Fastball, all you got to do is make contact, right? You see it released from his hands, you got about a half a second to swing.
Yes, you got to get through that zone.
Correct.
Quick.
So they can just throw the bat out there and get a base hit, but that curveball moving on you, you got to keep your eye on it.
What the biggest thing is, have you came up with done when you got this real good male pitcher on the mound, and he's left-handed and he's throwing that slider, because sliders are hard, because that thing breaks late. It does. So I mean, how do you feel on that? I love your smile on that.
That's when tracking is your best friend. We even have to sit back on it, right? And in my mind, I'll tell you what I train my umpires. I tell them everything's a strike until it proves itself it's not. Right. So as it's leaving his hand, I'm like, it's a strike, it's a strike, it's a strike. When it comes through and it's a ball, then I'm like, it's a ball. Oh, that's a ball. And then I'll call it. Because I want to see it twice in my mind.
But it's amazing you say that, because hitting is the same way. It's yes, 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 no. And the good hitters are saying yes. Before he throws it, I'm yes. I'm about to swing the bat. And then all of a sudden at the last minute, no. And so it's ironic you put that strike, ball. I like that. That.
Hey, Stacy. I hope you're coming on. So, oh my God. Okay, so Natola. So
you got to say the first and the last.
Natola Hawthorne.
Thank you. They go together. First
of all, okay, so what do you want to say about just the event from this past weekend before we just get into the clinic?
So the fact that over 140 Black women can come together that love football, right? Because they usually say a Black woman in football, oxymoron.
Right.
So the fact that we had 140 women there to represent their teams, but yet a common goal of being together, community service, honoring one another, just to have a sisterhood, priceless.
Yeah, no, but hold up, baby. Well, wouldn't it be great if everybody had on 49er stuff? How great would that be?
That's absolutely disgusting.
That wouldn't have been fun.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That for me killed the stigma that we can't come together and be together.
Absolutely. There were definitely a lot of stereotypes that were
broken.
Yeah.
And then as far as the induction, I don't know about you, T, but I don't need the approval of the world. But when I get it from my sisters and from folk that look like me, that's what matters. I don't need to hear another accolade from anybody else outside of us, because it shows me that it matters to us. And that's my focus. I am trying to get more of us into this space because we've been out of it for so long. So I will go to my grave making sure that if I pull at least one, I've done what I'm supposed to do.
That part. Yeah. And I think when we were on the Wind Down Wednesday 2 weeks ago, that was my thing. They were like, Coach, what did you want to get from this? And I said, I hope that I influence some ladies that want to coach football. And it doesn't, and I'm not saying that they have to coach at the NFL level. It might just be Pop Warner or but if they want to go middle school or high school, will it be difficult? Absolutely. Because you're gonna have to find someone like my husband that put their, a male that puts his ego down and understands your skill set and gives them a chance to be able to be a coach on the football. But with girls flag football coming, I'm saying there's so many jobs that's coming open. Go coach a girls flag football team and go, or and there's going to be a lot of college coaches positions coming open. And with your knowledge, they're going to want female coaches in those positions.
Yeah, but one of the big things, one of the big things that people don't realize, if you jump into Pee-wee's hard.
Very hard.
Because these are young kids that don't know nothing and they're looking for you for guidance. People don't understand that. When I love and respect so many of the ladies and the males that coach Pee-wee football. Oh my gosh, because you're teaching them stuff that I do this, I do that. And going to your question, what your statement was, is officiating. But I always believe you got to be around the game. You don't have to play it to officiate it, but you got to know it. And knowing it is understanding it, watching the officials, because we get some officials and umpires and referees, you can tell that they don't look at games. They don't watch them.
We talked about that.
Yeah, because that's a big deal. I mean, because my wife would tell you, I'm quickly to say something to an official. I'm like, you're not in the right position. You're anticipating what you think is going to happen. All you got to do is move where you're supposed to be. So am I correct on that? You feel that way?
You're absolutely correct. We talked about that in the clinic on Sunday when we were saying immediately, as an official, I can tell how long it's been since you've been trained or been in your rule book, because rules change every other year. Mechanics change every other year. So, and I use the example of the drop third strike. Most people come up with two hands. We haven't done that in 4 years. It's the one arm, right? So if you come up with two arms, I'm looking at you like, when is the last time you've been somewhere in your craft?
Because two arms mean time now. It means time. Because I had that 2 weekends ago, and I was like, whoa, what are you calling? He was like, it's a drop strike. No, babe. I said, what is it, 1975? He goes, that's enough, coach.
But you're right. You're absolutely correct. And we must invest in our craft if we want the respect that we need while we're out there. My passion right now is to bridge the gap between officials and rec ball coaches. Why? Because my rec ball coaches, if they aspire, are going to become my high school coaches. Then my high school coaches, if they continue to thrive, will become my college. So if we can build a relationship on that lower level and we show what's expected there, then I don't have a problem with you in high school, and I don't have a problem with you on the college level.
All right, Mr. Brown got a good question.
Mr. Brown got a couple questions. I'm gonna address these real quick. Are you responsible for calling balks, and do you overlook balks? Are balks common?
So here's the thing. Talked about this too. While a balk is defined in the rule book, there's no rule that says I must enforce it. Okay. Meaning, if there was no advantage or disadvantage gained by what the pitcher did, I'm not inserting myself into that. Okay.
All right. I got a question. Go ahead. Now, okay, here's the problem. If I see that, it is a disadvantage because I can't let my guy get off base more.
So if it's
Because
egregious, absolutely.
no, what
If
I'm
he
saying is,
doesn't come set and he blows through it,
yeah,
I'm
I
calling
get you.
it.
Okay, good
If
question. Yeah,
he
you're answering.
like buckles his knee because he's about to fall or loses his balance, and that's a balk, I'm not doing that, because we also have a rule which says insert common sense and fair play.
Right. Now, are we talking high school, college, or are we talking?
Now, college, I'm calling everything
Yeah.
because I don't have a choice.
Right. Okay.
High school,
Varsity
I'm a little
high
more
school.
lenient again because you have some folk who may be learning how to pitch and have never pitched. So if it's egregious, or if they blow through it, or if they stop something that you and everybody else can see, absolutely.
Now,
But here's
because
how I do preventative. While your pitcher is warming up, I'm watching, because what he's doing in his warm-ups, he's going to do during the game.
What's up, Mason? What's up, cuz?
Gotcha.
I'm sorry. I had a shout out to my cuz.
No,
here.
you're fine. So if I see something, then I'm going to get him early.
Okay, so Mr. Brown said, have you been injured from being off foul balls or balls misjudged by the catcher?
Absolutely. I took a shot to the face today.
Oh, did you? Are you okay?
It cracked my whole mask.
Wow. No. But my question is, do you ever see? I used to do this when I was behind the plate. I would go and the plate's clean. It's pretty. I would act like I'm cleaning the plate and I'm talking to the catcher. I got my mask on. And my saying was, what is your number one job? I'm cleaning the plate. And he was like, catch the ball. I said, I don't care if you catch the ball, make sure you don't hit me. That's your number one job.
That
I don't
part.
care if you catch it.
That part. That's for my high school students. I'll do that. For my lower level, oh, I'm putting my hand on their back. Oh, where you going? I'm going with you. And coach is like, what you doing? Until you get me someone back here that can, I'm going with him.
Right.
Yes. So foul ball, straight back.
So, is that what it was today?
It was, and it was my fault because I was in the kill zone subconsciously or unconsciously, because as my catcher is moving, I did what I wasn't supposed to do, and I moved with him. Right? You know how they uncover you and you wide open and you want to go with them? That puts you right in the red kill zone. And I did that tonight. And when it hit me, I said, girl, you know better than that.
Now, my question is, what did the coach do that was pitching? Because we had this weekend, and I'm yelling at my catcher, go out and talk to our pitcher. And he looks at me and he goes like this. He don't understand. I'm giving the umpire a chance to revive himself. And then he goes, what do I say? Man, just go out and say hi.
Just go talk to her. Yes.
And then
actually, my catcher
then he starts running back. Back, and I go, walk. And the umpire gives me a thumbs up, like, thank you.
Absolutely. My catcher asked for another ball, actually, to give me more time. And then he walked out. He said, I'm going to go talk to him. Thank you.
Yes. So, that's the beautiful part of the game, in that right there.
Well, I can't be having my girl getting injured. Has any
player? My mama don't want me to do it anymore for that very reason.
Oh, really? Oh, my goodness. As a player went pro that was on the diamond.
Say it one more time.
He said, has a player went pro that was on the diamond. Have you
had
any players?
Yes, I can scream right now. RJ Austin was we started together. My very first game was him as a freshman, and he was on the mound. So I had him and the other guy from Mays. Those are two of mine that went pro.
I love it. I love it. That's so cool.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yes.
Okay, so for those that don't know, so we had our clinic in Cleveland, and it was at this beautiful park. But there were geese everywhere. And so when I went to the field, well, first of all, I had this whole plan on. We were going to do like a flag game. You know, I thought we was kind of going to be interactive, but I kind of read the room when everybody was present, right? And so I was like, ain't nobody out here getting ready to get on this field and be running no routes. Ain't nobody really doing, none of that was getting ready to happen. So I kind of had to pivot on what I wanted to do. So when we got out to the field, the field was beautiful, but when I walked out on the field, it was goose fecal matter droppings everywhere. So Natola and I walked the field just to be like, well, but maybe there was no, every step that we took there was crap everywhere. So we couldn't take the chance of anyone accidentally tripping and falling. And so then there ended up being a brand new deck around by the pool area. And so we were able to do it from there. And then I just, so we started it just football one-on-one. And they told her it was off the chain, wasn't it?
Listen, you would have thought that Terry and I had planned everything we were going to say. We just bounced off of each other. It just flowed as if we had rehearsed this for months. It was awesome.
It was good. We had great questions. I love being able to be able to just answer the questions that the ladies were unsure of. I think my favorite part of the camp was, I asked, players to go into certain positions, right? And so I had asked Tammy to be the center. And then and Tammy took her position serious.
She did.
She was so serious about it. It was so fun. And that was where you saw the video where we got underneath it. We was like, you got to get all up underneath there. So that was fun. So then when we switched over to defense, Tammy had stepped off because we had the defense on there. And so I had asked a young lady to come and be a nose guard. And so she came on and was quiet about it. Started pulling her hair back, taking her earrings off. And then Tammy took that as an offense. And she was like, what? And then Tammy pulled her hair back and flipped her hair back. They was like, okay, this is what we doing. Oh my God. You thought we was getting ready to suit up. And so it was that type of stuff that was just absolutely just so fun. And then our quarterback was like, she took it out. She's like, okay, I'm getting ready to be the quarterback. And it was just, absolutely just.
It was great. Blue 52, blue 52.
Right. And it was just fun. Like, and I almost wish we had more time, right? Because we probably could have went all day with that. We shut it down, but we probably could have went all day. That's right. We had Donna at running back, and she said she was ready to run the ball. Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty fun. Yeah.
So get ready. The ladies are well informed, and they're going to watch the game with newfound knowledge and information. They're going to ask questions. They even going to spit some stuff. So y'all just be ready, because they coming ready.
I love it. But there's nothing more. You're sitting there, and with my wife, and all of a sudden we were sitting there. I think the first few years, the first time I asked her out on a date. I'm calling her on the phone, and she says, I'm talking to her. I said, what are you doing? And she said, I'm watching football. It was Thursday night football. And I remember it clear as a bell. It was the Detroit Lions and Kansas City Chiefs, and they wasn't good. And I said, you're watching football with who? And she said, by myself. I said, who's playing? Ain't nobody watching that. And she said, I like football. I don't need nobody to watch football. And she said it with an attitude. So we're on the phone, not doing the little facey thing. I know she said it with her hands on her hip. I know she said, I don't need no, I know she did. And I thought that was the most cool thing and that you can get is when a beautiful woman just sits there and she's spitting the knowledge and you just look at it and you go, wow, that's kind of special. That's kind of special.
Awesome.
I think you remember the first time where you were actually in my presence and I'm yelling at the TV?
Well, you've been yelling at the TV for 16 years.
I'm just saying, but do you remember the first time and what was your reaction the first time? Do you remember?
I don't recall.
Okay.
What was it?
I don't remember. That's why I asked.
Well, my reaction is the same thing after 16 years going, babe, quit yelling at the TV. I mean, what are you doing? You know, because I don't really show a lot of emotions when I watch games. I really don't. I just sit there, I just shake my head and then go, oh my gosh, he's making how much? And something like that. I'm always going to say he's making what? You got to be better than
Yeah,
that.
you're making too much money to be dropping the balls, or
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
you're the
or missing
professional.
the tackles and stuff
But
like that.
but we watch football games in separate rooms, and somebody could actually call and they say, "What are you doing?" Coach, what are you doing? I'm washing dishes. What's Terry doing? She's watching preseason football. Ain't nobody gonna be on the team tomorrow. I don't know why we watching it. But she'll watch two teams that's 0-14.
And don't care, right? And don't care because as a coach, you're learning. When I started especially when I started coaching, like I was really into it before I started coaching football, but after football, again, now it's about learning. Okay, what can I learn? What can I learn? What can I learn? And now this season, if I'm gonna mess around and end up being our offensive coordinator. So now it's, and of course I'm really I am really about the offense. I was like, oh my God, can we get another offensive coordinator? And so, and luckily I've been fortunate enough to, like, the Kentucky offensive coordinator has given me an opportunity to come, and just observe the team from an offensive point of view. I haven't gone this season, but I did get a chance to go last season. And, and now I'm looking, and I'm a part of the minority coalition of football coaches. And so just this past Sunday, matter of fact, on the way home, they had a Hugh Jackson and Marvin Lewis and a couple of other, like, prior. What's the one? Mark Brown, I think, that used to be at North Carolina. They were all on the meeting, and just listening to them and them talking about the longevity of how long they've been in the game. And one of the things that they talked about was some of the coaches wished that when they were, like, in their early 20s, that they knew both sides of the ball. And so I'm just really fortunate that my husband knows both sides of the ball, and he's a defensive coach. And so now, with me becoming an offensive coordinator, I was kind of already setting myself up to be an offensive coordinator, because I always felt like, I said, I just need to be your offensive coordinator, because, I would always just have something to say about the offensive coordinators. Right now, they've all been absolutely fantastic and great, but I'm acting like I'm a couch coach, like everybody, like all the other couch coaches and stuff like that. So thinking that I know what I know, right? So now I get called to the called to my own carpet now. But I was like, but you're gonna help me, right? You're not gonna just not let me.
No, but with that said,
throw me to the wolves as a new offensive coordinator, and I don't know what the heck.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing: is being an offensive coordinator is not X's and O's. It's making the calls during the games, and certain calls during the games, and that's what makes you a good offensive coordinator. Because everybody has, the offensive coordinating people wear me out. They got 9,000 plays and they run 4, but it looks good. They got the cute little, play sheets, yellow, green.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have all that
purple. But your bread and butter is these 5 plays. Let's be real. Let's be real. But she knows also, being around me, going in our 7th year together, and we've been the true common denominator out of a team that's 45-11,
something like that,
in 6 years. And we're the common denominator out of our success, because she's been there the entire time. But with that said, what I'm getting to is, she knows I don't put pressure on my offensive coordinators. They do it. If it don't work out, I don't care. I go straight to defense. The only time I will Nick Saban you, I'm gonna Nick Saban you sometimes, and I'm gonna walk down there when you want to be Mr. Air Raid, and I walk down there and say, run the football. that is not a request. Run the football. And that's what I mean by Nick Saban, because I will walk down there once in a blue moon and say something, like throw the ball to this person, because I'm watching their defense. And, as a defensive person, and I will say this real quickly, like Cornell Burbridge We coach together. He's an outstanding coach, got a great young man that's coming up in the ranks. And he was the offensive coordinator when we was in high school, and I was the defense. And with that said, I would run stuff off him because he's the offensive coordinator. He knows what they're doing to hurt me. And I never understand why people don't ask somebody in their craft. For example, if you're at a game and you're doing a volleyball game, because I do football and baseball, but if you're at a volleyball game, I'm going, okay, why ain't the official calling that? Why is that a carry? And you're going to turn around because that's what you do. So I never understand why defensive coordinators don't turn around and ask the offensive coordinator something, because that's their job to say, oh, they're hurting you because your guy's doing this. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Why wouldn't you be able to help one another, right? Especially if you see the scheme from their perspective, and then you can implement it into your mind process. So yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, so what's the next? What's next, ma'am?
So Stacey's not coming on?
Yes, this is coming on.
After I leave here, I have college camps that I have to go to because I'm trying to get hired.
In which sport? In which sport?
Baseball.
Oh, in baseball. Okay.
Yeah. I've already my softball camps. Football camps are when I get home too. So it just continues.
Okay. Well, Mr. Brown said in basketball, the charge or block is the most difficult call for a referee. And in baseball, what's the most difficult call to make?
Bang bang plays.
So those are easy.
The
right?
bang bang plays are easy for you?
Bang plays are easy for me, I'll say, because contrary to what people think, we're listening more than we're looking. So before the game even starts, I'm taking throws at first. So
Okay.
when they're warm-up throws,
Mm-hmm.
most of the time my eyes are closed because I'm listening for the sound, the pop of the glove, so that I'm familiarizing myself with how it sounds when that ball hits it.
Okay.
So for me, it's just it's two distinct sounds between a foot thud and a pop of a glove. So those are easy. I'm gonna say the hardest call for folk to get is that forced play slide at second, because it's all judgment.
Yeah. Well, okay, but I'm gonna say this real quick. Hey, Stace, I'm gonna say this real quick. Is, I guess from my perspective, if something is a judgment, it's not hard for me, because judgment means my opinion. Okay, so when I officiate, if it's a judgment, that's the way I saw it from this angle. Mm-hmm. Okay, and it's not contradicting what you're saying, but from my perspective, that's how I view it. Because any judgment call means it's my opinion, and everybody's opinion is right. You have an opinion. I
agree.
Yeah, and I
also fit within the parameters of the rule.
Yes. Right.
So most times we're telling our kids that they must slide into second or they must peel off, right?
But that in Kentucky, that's not a rule.
And that's what I want people to know. It is not a rule.
That's not a rule.
They'll say it in a minute. They said it at my plate meeting today. They must peel off or they must slide.
No, they don't.
That's what you're trying to go with. Let's put the rest of it to it. In the umpire's judgment, if it did not alter the play, they don't have to do either one.
They don't have to do either one. And I used to go up to a player, and I said to the player, I said, babe, we don't want a 911 call. What's your emergency? Slide. Protect those pearls.
Absolutely. So, and that's why I would say that sliding, because one of them may see it one way, another one may say that it hindered, impeded, or whatever. So that's why I said that one.
Yeah, that would make logical. That makes sense. Yes, because we had it both ways this past year in high school baseball. One umpire was, if you didn't slide, he didn't care. If you was 2 feet off the base, you were out. You were out. We were like, hold up, this guy runs a 9 flat 40. He ain't even close.
Well, sis, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for teaming up with me this weekend. It was the best time ever. And I hope that, matter of fact, I've already just started coming up with some type of a curriculum for us on what it's going to look like for us to put together some women's
Per quarter,
some women's clinic and going on and doing that. Oh, what's her? She's a bear down. He asked me what was your NFL team, and I said
Bear down.
Who's that?
The Chicago Bears.
Ah, Burrows down.
Bear down.
Did he do that? Did he do that?
What he just did. You see how he doing?
Okay, hold up. Okay.
Do you see how?
No, wait. Where you at? Where you at right now?
I'm in New York right now.
Yeah, I knew that. See, you're 14 hours away. I can get away with it. You're 14 hours away.
Listen, even living in Atlanta, I'm still a Bears fan, a Bulls fan, a White Sox fan, a Blackhawks fan, a Sky fan. It's in.
Now, do you remember, before we let you go, and it says one of my best friends played for the Chicago Bears. Do you remember the Fog Bowl when they played the Philadelphia Eagles?
No.
Okay, if you Google it, the Chicago Bears beat the Philadelphia Eagles because Cunningham was the quarterback. And my best friend, Maurice Douglas, intercepted that pass that clinched the win for the Bears back in the day. Yeah,
Oh, you know,
they call it the Fog Bowl.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. He played right after their Super Bowl when they won it in 85. He played in 86, 87, 88, 89.
Well, everybody look out for the future, because I don't know what we're going to name it, what we're going to brand it, how we going to do it, or whatever like that. But we are going to start having some women's clinics. The next one might just be at Nationals next year, but we are going to start doing women's clinics.
Absolutely.
Right.
And I'm excited about it. Well, listen, I'm going to let you go get out all that gear. I know you've had a long day today. I love you. I can't wait till we connect again, and we are sisters for life. All day, love y'all. All right, y'all. This is Natola Hawthorne.
And my last comment, Blue, that wasn't a strike.
So, y'all. Oh my God. This one right here. Remember the name Natola Hawthorne, one of the only female African-American female referees and umpires in the nation.
I love it.
So now, listen.
We got the dog coming on.
I got the dog coming on. The hostess with the mother ecking hostess with the mostest.
What's up, Stace?
Hey, Coach.
You still ain't got your voice back?
I am fighting a headache out this world. I think my body is just shutting down.
Oh, it should. That's much work you put in over this weekend.
I've rested all day today. I did some running yesterday just because people were still stuck in the city. We had some lost luggage and stuff, so I had a little running to do yesterday. But today hey everybody, I have not left the house. I kind of been resting pretty much all day, doing some stuff from the house that needed to be done from the bed. Literally, I probably just got up maybe about 2 hours ago.
That's all right.
And it's that just kind of catching up on some texts, some emails, some bills, some all of that stuff. I'm gonna take another day and then I'm gonna just get back in the swing of things. Thanks, Coach Terry, for coming out. You and Natola, nothing but positive feedback from you ladies from what I'm seeing. The videos I saw, I got there late because I just was in slow motion Sunday morning. But everything that everybody is saying was absolutely, they loved it. So thanks to both of you. Coach Brian, I took care of your wife this weekend.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. But I needed that 49er influence, and I didn't get it on you or her. So
listen, we had the bang in the building.
In Niner game, yes.
They was in the building. in our hotel where we stay, we always had an after party at night. And shout out to Patrice Cooper. Patricia Guy Cooper, who held it down for the Niner gang. Every
Mhm.
single night, we knew that the Niner gang was in the building because she held it down all the way. She stays in Vegas, but she was up with us every night. And she represented well for us. So shout out to her for that. We had ladies come from all over. She was one of the ones. She told me she had not traveled in 6 years and she can't travel by herself. So somebody traveled with her and she was there. And we knew that the Niner gang was in the building. So shout out to her. Shout out to Diane Barney, who traveled in. I didn't think she was going to be able to make it. I was happy to see her. This one popping in that reps them Steelers hard. Oh, Jesus. Tay.
Jackie.
Yep. I love her to death. She is the sister that you do
Black and
not
gold, black
that
and
you
gold.
right. So yeah, the ladies came in from everywhere and we had a good time. Tiffany brought out the house down Saturday at the Hall of Fame. So yeah, we had a good time. Good time.
Well, so did you actually, my question towards you, Stacey, is this. Did you actually, it's sort of like a lot of times I say about Ty Bryant, I didn't really truly get to enjoy him because I was too busy watching him hard. So you was too busy grinding. Did you enjoy this weekend?
I don't think I enjoy seeing everybody else. Like I never changed my clothes Saturday night for the jersey party. I stayed in everything. Then I kind of watched everybody else have a good time. Saturday, even Sunday, I got to sit down and actually talk to people, kind of move around a little bit more. So I enjoyed it after the fact. I'll go back and watch pictures and stuff, but it was more so for everybody else's enjoyment.
But that's an enjoyment. I mean,
Right,
when
it
you host
is.
something, it's sort of like hosting a party at your house. You enjoy watching everybody smile.
Right,
And I think that, and you said this 3 times, that the feedback has been fantastic. So that
right,
is an enjoyment. Now, I don't
right.
literally mean you dance and do all that, but
Oh
you
yeah,
enjoy because everybody enjoyed itself.
right.
And my thing is a few times that Terry was on the video being all, shy. Every minute he's popping. I was like, what's going on now?
I had a good time.
I know you did. You told me about it. You told me about it. So have y'all discussed next year or 2 years from now? Are y'all gonna do it
So
again?
we do it every year. There's a survey out now for other ladies to complete, just to talk about just some questions of their likes, dislikes, just what would they do different. And on the survey is where would they like to go next year and why. And then that survey
Wow.
closes. Yep. That survey closes on Sunday, so they have till Sunday to do it. And then it'll be tallied up and we'll go from there. So we'll see what that looks like.
Alrighty.
I hope they stay in the Midwest though. I don't want to go nowhere hot, but I hope we stay in the Midwest.
See what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking. Stace, that's why you at this level. Because it's miserable.
It's miserable and the thing. And then I think so like a lot of the ladies that live like in those hotter cities enjoyed it. The weather was awesome. It held up for us. We had no rain. And I think when it rained, it was like late night. So it was not no rain that interfered. It was warm, but it was not deathly hot.
We went down to Mobile, Alabama.
Listen,
Weekend
I was in
before.
Jackson, Mississippi with the Mississippi crew when did I go to Mississippi? In April or May. Listen, Coach, it was so hot. I came back to Cleveland and our heat was on, like I was freezing. It was like still kind of like maybe snowing a little bit, maybe. Wow. That heat was like, no, the heat was on here, but no. So I wanted to stay kind of Midwest. I would love to do something in there in like West Coast or even in the southern states, like maybe fall, winterish after football season, just to spread it out some. But yeah, not national, especially if y'all do a football clinic and be outside. That has got to be like hell on wheels. Like, like, yeah. So
But
yeah,
luckily, this, like you said, we even where we were at, it was kind of shaded,
right.
so it wasn't really hot. So, but I definitely would have liked to have did more. It definitely needs to be maybe a little longer,
Right. Right.
so that we can go in
And
more.
maybe we can like maybe extend it another day. Or so
3 days.
like start
I'm good.
start
3
maybe
days.
Thursday. Maybe
Thursday or
the
something.
ladies add that in on they survey because it goes quick. You know what I'm
It
saying?
goes
It
quick.
does very, very go quick.
It is. It did. Okay, so what was your highlight of the whole weekend? Do you have one a
My
moment?
give back, the give back is always is the highlight for me. Doing that. And I think the finale is always the but honestly, I had so much fun in the evening in the lobby with everybody. That was like the highlight. Like, so we came back Saturday night and it was like a buffet in the lobby. And like, cause
Okay.
it was games going on. So they was playing cards over here. We had
Okay. 'Cause I
another
went to
card
bed,
game.
and so because I knew I had to get up for the clinic, so I
But
missed
and
all
this
of
was every night, like Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. Different games was going on. They was playing spoons, and then they was playing like
it.
trivia games. And like so
Okay.
it was a whole bunch of different stuff going on. Sunday night we just got to kind of talk about what went on for the whole weekend and some
Mhm.
good feedback and constructive criticism went on. So that was cool. Sunday night we all went to dinner, like kind of that after party crew went to
Yeah.
dinner. So we did live, it was live jazz and good soul food eating. So I think those was really like my highlights was doing those.
Because
She's
those were the times
weird.
that you actually got a chance to enjoy people.
I got
Yeah.
to
Right.
talk to people. I got to ask
Mhm.
them like, so what is your
Right.
name? You
Yeah.
know, like with a name with a face. Like
Right.
one, I finally asked like, and she was like, "Oh, I'm TT Boone." I'm like, "Oh, now I
Right.
can put it." She is so super cute too, and I
Yeah.
put a name with a face and was able to really like hug people and see who they
Mhm.
really was. So those was I really enjoyed that. So if you was in the lobby, I really got to know who you were and
Yeah.
know something about you and where you lived at and things like that. So yeah.
I like that. But I'm gonna hit the rewind button, and I hope I don't lose my black card. All right. What is spoons?
So I was known to that too. You ain't gonna lose it because I ain't know either. Okay.
I didn't know if I was
I
supposed
still
to.
look, I still
You
don't
hear me
know
when I
how
said,
to play
"What is
bid
school?"
whist. Okay.
All
So
right.
don't feel bad. I still don't know how to play
Okay. I
bid
did.
whist.
I just wanted to make sure that I didn't lose my black card. But,
No, I learned it over the weekend.
okay.
You
What spoons?
it's a bunch of spoons laid out and they play it by cards. And I still don't have it, but I got the concept. You keep picking a card till you get 4 of the same. And then I think you pull a spoon, and whoever is left with the spoon is the winner.
Okay.
Okay.
So let
Ain't
me
that
tell you
fun?
this. You gotta so while you're after this, then you just that one of those things that you gotta get on YouTube and be like, how you play
Yeah.
spoons? And you watch how the people
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna be ready for the next one though.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did. Okay. I just had to make sure I didn't lose my card. I had to make sure I keep my card. I was
No, I'm
debating
not.
about asking the question. I was going to look it up or call somebody.
Yeah, I didn't know when I was like when I walked over, I seen the spoons laid out. Like, listen, the lobby was a vibe. They had the snacks, they had the games. You can learn. It was a whole vibe. So yeah, I got
Oh, I missed the lobby, hanging out in the
yeah,
lobby.
yeah. The
But you
lobby
know,
was a vibe.
I had drove up. I had been up since that morning on Friday, so I had been up since 4:30. So of course I was ready to go to bed at 9 o'clock, because I knew we was gonna have a full day on Saturday. And then then when Saturday, I think it was still 1 o'clock before I got to sleep. And I was like, I got to get up for this clinic in the morning, but it was a bomb. So Alvin, Mr. Brown said, are you on board for Shedeur being the starting quarterback for the Browns?
Let's get down to it.
Let's get down to it.
So no. Now let me say this. I am on board to see him play. We start our week 1 and week 2 is division games. So we start with Cincinnati and then we go to Baltimore. So I just think for those 2 games, we need an experienced quarterback, and I would like to see Flacco play. I think we need that with division games. My personal opinion.
And my question on the floor, regardless if Flacco play, do you feel like you're gonna win? That's a legit question. It's not negative. It's a
legit question.
If you don't feel like you're gonna win, wouldn't it help Shedeur to get that experience?
So get week 1, I think we will win. It's at home.
Who you got to play?
Cincinnati. Coach Bryant, don't do that. Me and you listen. Me and you, like right now, we good. We is good.
Now. Hey, did you see her get close to the camera?
We good now, right?
We good.
Right now, we good.
Okay. Go Browns. Go Browns. Go Browns.
Week 1, we have a chance of winning. Now, we have a tough schedule this year.
Yes.
We have a very tough schedule. I would like to see Shedeur later on down the line. I definitely feel like he needs to get some experience. Week 1 ain't it though.
Right.
Not against Burrow and Cincinnati. No, I think it needs to be Flacco. I really do. So yes. Hey, Lynn was part of the after party. So yeah. Then we go to Baltimore. Now let me say this. I will give you this, Coach. Flacco has had his run and he is not all that consistent, but he's experienced. And some of his comments have kind of like had me kind of questionable, but I understand his comments. So I don't get off into with him like the race thing because he bailed us out when we didn't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
I also believe that the Browns have very bad decision making in their office, right? So they did him wrong. So I understand where his comments are coming from. So it's no offense to anybody personally. They did him wrong. So he got his feelings for that. However, he is kind of had his run. That's kind of like it. So if he begins to start throwing quite a few interceptions, then it is not going to hurt us to push Shedeur in the game.
So quarterback aside, what do the wideouts look like?
I don't honestly know.
Okay.
I don't honestly know because I, in this last month, have not paid a lot of attention, just getting ready for nationals. Now, next week, I'm going to have a good answer for you by that. Now I need to pay attention. Because I just been watching like this till I laid in the bed. I watched a lot of news, a lot of all that, getting caught up on all of that stuff. So now I really have a good answer for you next week on that. I will.
Okay.
I can definitely answer that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know how we can top this one because it was the NFL Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It's something about going to the Hall of Fame and we're all NFL and we're all repping our teams. You know, I don't know where else we can go where we can still have the same type of, I don't know, because going to the NFL Hall of Fame was a vibe.
It was a vibe. It was an experience. Like, I did the locker room experience, and I didn't know that Alan Page helped build the Hall of Fame.
Right.
So hearing his story,
All right.
hearing how he helped actually build it, as an African American, like just the whole story, the whole locker room experience. Now, when they AI that Joe Namath coming out on there, I was a little shook, but that whole experience of that and just different listening. They had a couple Hall of Famers I seen. I missed that one, being able to talk to them and all of that in there. It was an
Oh, I
experience.
missed that. They had some Hall of Famers that were there.
Yes.
Who was there?
I don't even know. I gotta look.
Oh my God, I missed that
See,
too.
like I seen Dre had her visor signed and she had a picture with one. Yes, a couple of them, they were sitting with their pictures. I gotta see who it is.
Okay, you understand? I missed those in the group.
So
Yeah.
so Alan Judge Page was part of this. You know,
He
he was the defensive end for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yes, so he helped build. He actually built the Hall of Fame in Canton.
Was that before he became a judge or after?
Before.
Before, okay.
Bill
That's
Parliament was
Bill
the
Parliament.
Hall of Famer.
That was there.
Bill Parliament.
And yes, so she had a couple of them had their visors and stuff signed. They had pictures
Wow.
of him. Like
Where was he
I
at?
missed that whole
I
part.
missed that too. Where was he at?
I don't know, because I seen it after the fact. So
Right.
I seen it when we left the pictures, and I was like,
Yeah.
y'all got pictures with yellow jackets.
Yeah.
You
Oh
know
my
what I'm saying?
God,
Like,
is that? Yeah.
so I'm like, that was an experience that you just don't get.
You just don't get
And
very
if you
often.
wouldn't have came, most people won't be at the Hall of Fame. He was a GM for the Bills. He I think he got a Super Bowl with the Bills, actually.
Well, Bills ain't never won a
Bills
Super
ain't
Bowl.
never won a Super
Okay,
Bowl.
no.
They've been in there 4 times.
Right. Who did he get it with? He got a Super Bowl with somebody. He got a Super Bowl with one of the teams he was a GM for.
Right, okay.
And he went to the Super Bowl with the Bills.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But
twice,
he got a
with the Colts. So of course, Mr. Brown knows with the Colts.
Okay. And that's what we got it with. But he went in there for them. And
They said that he was a GM. He was there. Oh, he was the GM when they went the 4 times to the Super Bowl, and they lost each time. Okay.
He was there at 11. Okay, so yeah, I missed it.
I missed it too.
I missed it. I just seen them sitting with them. They got pictures. They got they stuff signed, and it was good.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. That you were that
so
you
like
to be
people
at the Hall
that
of
would
Fame.
have came. Normally, they not coming to Ohio to go to the Hall of Fame.
Right.
They just not. So to be able to give them that experience was awesome. To be able to be in the room with so many ladies and to be able to experience just the sit down and see them engage was just nice. So yeah, it was wonderful. He had his ring on, Tate. Yeah. Yeah. And then they gave us 20% in the team shop.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, because I brought him back. He wanted a hat. I brought him back a hat. And then when he saw how much,
very big deal.
I said, no, sir. I said, we had 20% off.
Right. It was a big deal because it wasn't cheap in there. Now, let's be clear.
Yeah, because he was like, I know you didn't pay this much for this hat.
Well, I'm like that. I'm like, she knows. I love this and that, but I'll be like, nah, I'm not paying for your yacht.
Like my cousin was there. She was like, yeah, I seen a shirt I want. I'm gonna need you to make it for me because I 20% or not, I ain't paying for it.
Love it.
I'm like, yeah, okay.
I love it.
Who do
You
I
would
get my
see.
flamboyant personality from? My dad. My dad.
It's pretty cool.
So
Yeah.
cool.
So
Well,
yeah, I want to thank all the ladies that traveled, took time away from their families,
took off of work. I
took off
mean,
of
Left the
work,
husband for
called a
3
left their
days.
flight.
husband for 3 days. You hear him?
Their husbands that let them come, all of that. I just wanted to say thank you. Um, Hopefully that they got something out of it, just one thing that makes a difference. This one was different. It was just different. um I seen a lot of, every time we walk past somebody, they like, how is that you went got this and that? How are y'all together? You know what I mean? How are you a
Oh
Right.
yeah,
Browns with a
the friend.
Steeler?
Yeah,
How,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Those type of things. So I said it on the Zoom. It was funny because on the Zoom, everybody was like nervous and are you gonna do this? And then to get here and see them not have a care in the world, like all of that, none of that mattered.
Yeah.
Um,
It was none of the cattiness from in the group. There was none of the. I didn't think that there were any. Even though if like I love the like the Bills group. I love the 49ers group. I love the Eagles group, but nobody still was cliquish. I'm still mad that the Eagles wouldn't let me take a picture with their group. But there was I think they let Tony let a couple of groups let Tony get in between them, and she was the only commander in their group. And I'm like, that's all I wanted. I
and
wanted the
Tay
group. I
jumped
wanted
in
a
front
picture
of their
with
Eagles picture
all the
too.
different teams.
I saw Tay run through their Eagles picture too Friday night when they was at the tailgate. I seen her run through it. Um I was
Well,
having a
I
conversation
can,
with
I
the
can,
Chiefs girl, huh? What you
I
say?
can understand, babe. Do you understand the Eagles don't take pictures with the Giants or
Babe,
the
I know.
Cowboys?
I know.
I'm just saying the Eagles don't take pictures with the Giants or the Cowboys.
So it's so funny. I didn't because I told Tiffany, I'm like, y'all act like y'all elite and y'all not though. Y'all ghetto. Like y'all got a jail in y'all stadium. Get out of here. Um that the people that come to nationals are not the people that's arguing on the page.
On the group. Yeah, that's facts.
And they the people that are looking for more. And I think that was evident when she began to speak. Like it was evident. And
Yes.
a lot came out of that. And we were having those conversations and they like, so where we going next? And so
Right.
that was heartwarming to be able to hear that because I know the nervousness because a lot of them was just like, they were coming alone, they didn't know what to expect, and they had that. But once they got there, it was team didn't matter, it was
At all.
all of that. So that was the good thing, and I'm just grateful that they trusted us to come and that they were there. So yeah, I'm grateful for that, and I'm thankful that they came and that everybody had a good time.
Well, people don't understand. There's a different vibe, and when you say that, I truly understand, and Terry truly understands. There's a totally different vibe when you go to an NFL game than a college game. I
It
mean, because
is.
I remember going to a NFL game and I had my Niners stuff on. And they was playing the Bengals, and man, it's sort of like all the males in there was Bengals because they were playing at home. They just looked at me like I was an alien. Like, why are you in the bathroom, man? Hold it. I mean, and it's an unbelievable vibe from a college perspective in the NFL. I mean, NFL people love because when I drive to Indianapolis and we play baseball there and I got my Niner on the front of my car, I've heard people say, man, when you come out, that ain't gonna be there.
And you like, I dare not to be.
No, but when you say that, I'm putting in the right perspective, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the NFL fans it's like they work hard, they grind. This is their outlet, watching their NFL team. And sometimes it bothers me when NFL owners don't understand that and don't invest where the fans are invested into that team.
It's funny you say that because I talk about these POS Steelers owners that we got here in Cleveland. Because
she just got serious on us.
I really don't believe that they know football anyway. But Cleveland are diehard fans.
Yes.
And I don't believe that they have the interest in the fan base as they do. But I keep telling people they POS for the Steelers anyway. So
when you say that, when I was growing up, they was talking about the Bengals. Okay, and this is after the Bengals got beat in the Super Bowl twice. Okay, then all of a sudden they went to this long stage, and I was like, well, if the Bengals fans, if they win or don't win, they're going to show up. The fans love the Browns. The fans love the Bengals. Okay, the Cowboys, I use the Cowboys, and I might be a negative. Cowboy fans are Cowboy fans. If the fans don't win, if the Niners don't win, they don't show up. They don't show up. They don't. I mean, they be like, no, we ain't buying nothing. We need to win. And I think that's a true fan, meaning the Cowboys, the Browns, and the Cleveland. I mean that. Now, I'm trying to be funny. She thinks I'm trying to crack a joke because I've been known to crack a few jokes on the Cowboys. But
listen, every chance I get, I got something to say about they want to be America's team. What?
Well, I'm gonna do what I know.
They was a gang this weekend, Coach. They was a gang.
What was it? 10 of us? I think it was 10 of us.
Gang. Do you hear me?
It was 10 of us.
They was gang.
And I was disappointed that it was only 10 of us. As many of us, because I know we dominate the group.
Listen, they do not play. You hear me?
Right. Yeah. Thanks, Shantae. Thank you for coming on. Have a good night.
Well, I'm good. Do what I do. Let my baby close her show down. Thank you for inviting me, Stacey. Thank you for taking care of my world.
Of course, of
All right,
course.
And hopefully one day I get to see you in person, and your family as well. Be blessed. All right, and as always, we can say it together. Go Niners.
This one.
Oh Lord.
Listen, I have so many trophies, and this is my favorite one.
That is so amazing. That was one of the highlights also for me. Besides, I think that was the second one, was you ladies all getting them. You, Natola, and Mal getting her immunity. Yep. Absolutely.
Thank you so much. I
it's well deserved. I don't think that in our community that we recognize enough of each other, and especially us as women. I think we are moving into now a stage that we are front and center, and regardless of how they try to remove us from, with everything, that it's more important that we stand out for each other now. And they can't take it because now flag is so, who is doing that? Like, it's women's flag, right? So yeah, I think it's very
when me and Natola is pushing us to be coaches and officials, because that's exactly what we get ready to do.
Yeah, I just really, and I hope that, the ladies that was there, because it was nothing but positive feedback, and I hope that they just don't take the information and use it in this, but they say, how can I be a coach? How do I get a flag football team? How can the three of us get together and get a flag football team and what does that look like? You know what I'm saying? At
I
least
was
the conversation gets started.
Yeah, and of course I can't remember her name right now, but she used to play football. I think when Cleveland used to have a team back in the day, and they don't have a team. We talked about her getting her own women's tackle
She
football
was
team,
there this
being
year.
the owner.
She was
I
there.
can't. Yeah, we talked at when we were at the barbecue. She was a
Really?
Cleveland fan. She was one of your Cleveland fans.
I didn't know
Yes.
she used to play. So I had a friend that used to play. I used to go see them all the time because I had a really, really good friend that played. They used to play at Case Western Reserve all the
Mhm.
time. And me and my sister would go. I
Well,
wonder
to
who that
me,
was.
I can't remember who. I know we took a picture together, and I have to go through the group, and
Okay,
if we took
yeah.
pictures together and be able to see it because I can't think of her name right now. But she said she played tackle football back in the day, and she was like, I hurt my knee, I can't play now. And then we was like, well, maybe become an owner of a team and revive it all over again. And then she was like, well, what does that entail? And I said, honey, let's talk about it because there's like 3 leagues right now. So there was actually one of my friends was like, why don't you tell me about this group? And I'm gonna be straight honest, Stace. I said, girl, I had to see what everything was going on before I bring my tribe of people that I know into the group.
Absolutely.
So there's like a couple of people up in there. I said, so I sent her the group, but so they hosted one of the women's championship was in Charlotte this past weekend.
Okay.
Right. And I was like, oh, that would have been fun. I said, but we still would have been going to the Hall of Fame this year, even if we had known about that, we were still
Right.
going to the Hall of Fame. So, that was one of my suggestions when y'all see the survey. I'm one of the ones that said, hey, I know that this goes to a women's tackle football championship weekend. Like in 2 weeks, they'll be back in Canton for the WFA championship weekend. And so there's like 3 games, there's 2 games, there's a D3 game, there's 4 games that we'll be able to watch. There's a
Okay.
D3 game, there's a D2 game, then there's the All-American game, and then there's the pro game. And that one's aired on ESPN. But they kind of do what y'all do. They also do like a girls flag camp like that Saturday morning. I think it's
Okay.
like Saturday morning or
Okay.
Friday morning. One of them. And so and then they have like a big party afterwards. So I don't know. You might want to drive down and again in 2 more weeks and just hang out at the championship weekend. I think the tickets is only like $20, I think, for the day or for the whole game. I can't remember what it was, but it's not expensive at all to be able to go watch the whole game. And again, I'm disappointed. I don't think I'm going this year, but I have gone the last 2 years, and it's been disappointing that it's not jam-packed full
So
of
you
women.
know what the problem with that is? That's always the same weekend as the Cincinnati Jazz Fest. So half of the state is in
So
Cincinnati.
everybody's going to the Jazz Fest
Yes,
that
and then
weekend.
it's cheap. So it's a big names. Like last year they had like Janet Jackson and you got
Oh yeah. And
Usher
even this weekend,
and
yeah, and even this year they
you
have
know
because
Tony and all of
my
them.
job gives us sales tickets for them, and because we get a discount through my job for the Cincinnati Fest, and I didn't even think about that. That's the same weekend as
So
the
it's
Cincinnati
all
Fest.
so that was one of the
That's
reasons,
probably why they don't get as big of a
right?
of a
Because somebody
crowd as you
asked
would think.
about why didn't we do it that weekend, and I'm like, that's Jazz Fest weekend. So
Festival.
a lot of people are there. Like even on a good weekend, I might be depending who's there, might go down for a day or whatnot for who
Absolutely.
it is. So I would never schedule nothing. Me personally,
Would never
on
schedule nothing that weekend because it's Jazz
right.
Fest. They have it
And
that same
people come from all over for Jazz Fest because if you could see Janet Jackson for $75 to $100 opposed to $200 and some dollars, you're gonna come to Jazz Fest and see her then. And then for a whole weekend for like $300 and see big names,
yeah,
Usher and
yeah,
Tony, and names like that, they come in for that. So
absolutely.
That's that I
And
realized
then
that
you get to see a bunch of your artists at one time, as opposed to going to their individual
that's
concerts.
why
So
it's never packed that weekend, because it
that
bumps
makes
in. You either going to Canton or you going to Cincinnati, and they have opposite ends of the state, and it's not gonna
yeah,
happen.
it's not gonna happen. That makes so much sense.
And
Makes
so
so
if you're
much sense
going to
now.
Canton, you're going because you got somebody there, and
Because
it's
you got
ultimate
somebody playing
love.
or you're playing.
Right,
Yes.
right. Opposed to being, um, and so it's hard because, like, even when we did it last year in Atlanta, a lot of people um wanted to attend, but when you getting into August, you got preseason games, you have parents taking their kids going back to
Going
school,
back to
going to
school.
college, they had to do drop-offs, getting ready. So August is a rough month. So it
Yeah.
had to be July. June, you getting out of school. So that only leaves you the month of July, and it's picking which week, and you fighting with family reunions, cruise, vacation, that. So it's just pick one.
You just got to pick your battle. So you
You
just got
just
to
gotta pick one.
pick your battle.
Right.
Okay. Well, I still thought it was a great weekend. I had other stuff that I could have did, but I chose to go to that as well because yeah, we have a busy schedule. But I don't regret not an decision about going there and saying yes to you all for doing the clinic, because yeah, now it's like, okay, I need the date. So because I'm
Right,
going,
right,
yeah, I need the date because I have to get that marked off and right
right.
now
And be off on Friday
and be
and
off on Friday
Thursday. Right,
and probably Thursday too. Yeah. So I can
right.
be off that Thursday and probably need to be off that Monday
Monday too.
just to recoup from the weekend. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
You know,
right.
I was lucky this time because our shutdown just happened to be this week. So, girl, I've been in the bed the last 3 days. I've been in the bed sleeping in because we
I
had
get
football.
it.
Yeah, football practice at 6 o'clock. So yeah, I got up yesterday because I had to go to Louisville to go watch my cousin play basketball in the Run for the Roses basketball tournament. Um, but
I
Monday and
seen
today,
that. I was like, oh,
I
you is getting it. Cause I am dead. Like shoulder on fire.
yeah.
Body is like, dude, and head is pounding like, no, lay here, girl. Like, yeah,
Well, I don't get a chance to see my family that often, so
I get it.
it was just easy to make the make the commitment to go there to see
Right.
them. And then and it's so, let me tell you something. It is so crazy because I walked by one of the coaches that was there because that's like the biggest basketball uh, tournament
Hmm.
ever. Um, and there was this one coach that I walked by him, and he had an Eastern on. So we have Eastern Kentucky here, just down the street. That's where my daughter graduated from. But the logo wasn't matching, and the colors weren't matching. I was like, Eastern, where's that at? And he was like, in Pennsylvania. I said, oh. And I said, do y'all got girls flag there? He said, yeah, I'm actually the assistant flag coach. Can I have your card, please? Yes.
Right. Right.
So he'll be getting an invite to our camp in March of
Right.
next year. So yeah, absolutely. So I
Right.
said it to my people. I said, make sure he's on the list. So, but
Are you still coming here this weekend? Because I still see the thing
it's still
going.
being on, but so the camp is still on, but I'm not coming.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the camp is still on, but I'm not coming. So we were supposed to do a girls tour, like a
Okay.
college tour, so like 5 or 6 colleges, but we didn't have enough sign up, so we ended up having to cancel that. So,
Okay.
but that was the reason why I was going, because that was going to be one of the stops, was going
Okay.
to be that camp. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but I'm disappointed that we're not, because I actually was looking for. I was like, okay, I got to get
Because I
rested
had
up.
reposted it again, but I'm like, I don't know, but I'm still reposting it.
Yeah, but you can repost it because the camp is still going on.
Okay,
It's just
good,
we're
good,
not
good.
our part of it. We're just not coming.
Okay. Okay,
But
good.
the camp is still going on. So thank
Okay.
you for sharing that for him. And
Okay.
and I was still go and hang out and network with the people. And again, that might be something where if we come back to it, I don't know, we might end up back in Cleveland next year. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just because it's the Hall of Fame, right? And so if we're back in Cleveland next year, maybe he might be someone that we can do our give back with and be able to, network with as far as doing our give back, and maybe we can be there for the camp because it's the same time as our nationals or something. So yeah, go out there and meet the people and network and
Definitely.
girls need all the help that they can
slap
get.
by
The girls
it.
need all the help and all the support that they can get.
Definitely a slap by. But yeah, thanks again, Coach Terry, for coming, for doing the camp, just for being you. Like, being you is amazing.
Well, thank you.
I
I appreciate
appreciate it. I do.
you.
I do.
People just don't understand just what community does for
Correct.
us when and I think I had to put it on my page that I know a lot of people are like why do y'all have, like, even Cisco did that when I showed up with my t-shirt that I had got from Atlanta, and he was like, "Ooh, y'all so racist." I said, but the laws are shutting us out, but we were already shut out of stuff as it is. I said, so it's very difficult to try to be inclusive with everybody when everybody's not inclusive for us.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And I think that's the part that a lot of people don't understand. People on the outside that's looking in about, y'all got a whole just a group with just all Black women, right? Really? Well, yeah, because we're shut out of everything.
And so, like, when I went to Atlanta last year and I had my stuff on for the thing, and the lady was like, "Well, white women love football too." And I'm like, "And y'all have spaces for y'all that we're not really, y'all make room, but you're not welcome. And y'all let us know we're not really welcome." Exactly. And this also provides the room for us to address issues that affect us as a community.
Yes.
And we can address some of those things in y'all groups. So for that, I'm definitely grateful for Susan for creating a platform for us, by us, because she recognized that where it was just to talk football, it was a bigger picture, and we can address those things that we need to for us that affect our community. People not addressing that.
Yeah. As I'm sitting here thinking about it right now, I gotta go back right now to adjust my answers to my questions on what we need, because I would love to see a financial advisor there. I would love to see an insurance person there. I would love, that type of stuff, where sometimes in our community we don't do a good job of having those things in place that need to be in place. And so I think that, again, this group will be able to address that, as opposed to, this is what Kelly said. Yeah. She said, they big mad they're not invited to the cookout. They want our rhythm, not our blues. She said,
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's so funny because they told me that, I guess, at the hotel, when everybody was leaving out and they was taking the pictures and the videos coming out, that the sales director was trying to jump in the picture. And I said, she want to be one of us bad. Like the conversations we've had going on.
It's not just, and I'm sure she did. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because I guarantee there's no group that came through with the flavor and the excitement that we did in that hotel.
And it was nice, even at night. Like, I brought all the food back to the hotel. We fed the staff. I told you we had a buffet. I laid the food out, like, let's eat. And Kelly, right? They want to be able to do what we do, but they don't want the problems that come along with that.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And Mr. Brown, we did where the fans at least 11 times.
Listen, so what you need to know that there is a video.
I do not want to hear that song not one more time.
There's a video floating around. We went Sunday night to one of the local restaurants to eat. It was a band and all of that. At the end, the guy that's over the band, he plays the sax. He played it. You know, we got up in the restaurant and had that staff doing it. So it's a video floating somewhere of us doing it even in the restaurant. So yeah, it was done. But to speak to that, Terry, about the classes, Susan and I have talked about it because Susan is that girl of everything, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
And you name it, she has that experience, has the business or whatever in it.
Yes.
So I, number one, when we got into this system that we are in, we definitely did, Donna, um, talked about having financial literacy, especially
Yes.
like when people was losing in the stock market and
Mhm.
retirement and 401ks. It was important because everybody just know that I've worked, I've had this retirement, but nobody talks about what do you do with it. So what happens when you start losing in your 401k? Where do you put that money at so you don't keep losing, and though they keep moving the age up? So how do you keep your money from not decreasing? So me and her have talked about that because it was crucial for a lot of people. I was one of them, and like I had to go
Okay.
pull it fast.
Right.
So everybody doesn't have that, especially our younger generation. So we have talked about that, and I told her, I was like, this is something that is much needed because we as a people are not versed in that, and everybody wants to charge you an arm and a leg for that information when sometimes you just didn't grow up in a household that educated you on it, or it was not talked about. And you just need to know how to be successful once you retire, or so you can retire. So I agree that is something that needs to be addressed. It's like, but when do we do it?
But when
You
do
know
we
what
do
I'm saying?
yeah,
But
do we do it
when
at
do we
nationals, or do we do a Zoom? Maybe it's Wind Down Wednesday, a series on Wind Down Wednesdays, or or something like that. But we
Right,
gotta
but we
we'll
have
get figure it out.
definitely talked about that. Mal called me yesterday about even addressing some other issues like that. Just people are just generally facing after she's seen, after talking with Tiffany. So there are some conversations that are coming out of it. It's just when do we begin to address them, because they need to be addressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about the thousand I've lost in my retirement. Yeah. Right. And so those are the type of things too that we've got to do, because, and I just had that conversation with a friend of mine just recently. I said it's all rigged. Even our medical system is rigged. So what do we do for us? How do we do those things? I know I wanted to try to keep my podcast open to free of the political stuff and the controversial stuff, but it's definitely stuff that we have to address.
And I agree with
We
that, but
have to
some
address it.
some things is daily things that's affecting us. I just, before you had texted me, I was reading like now T-Mobile is doing away with their DEI, and I'm just like, so what's our next issue? Um, I have been saying, just as a person that runs a business that's dependent on UPS, Postal Service, and all these transportation companies, when do these people that have trucking businesses and CDLs and trucks start a logistics company? I've been waiting for a package that was supposed to be here last Wednesday that I still haven't gotten, that
Oh wow.
Stacy's mailed me, I was supposed to have for nationals, that she could have
Right.
just brought with her. You know what I
Right.
mean? Yesterday, I overnighted something that cost $101 and it still ain't got there, right? So when do we make the decision that we start those businesses small and we support each other with it instead of giving these big box companies our business for that? I would like to see that. It ain't my, my it ain't my lane, but I would like it see it and encourage them to do it when, this is the time for it. Like we saying we're resting, but we can't rest because it's affecting our business.
Yeah.
So to encourage people to do it.
So I just saw a video today, and it was an excerpt, well, not an excerpt, but like a little parody of from the movie The Banker. And if people haven't watched that movie,
I watched it during COVID. It was good.
it was so good. And but
Right.
I feel like that movie gives probably the best depiction of why we can't start the big businesses that we need, because you still have to go and get the loans and the funding and stuff like that. And so, and maybe that might be what it is. There's a lot of people that, matter of fact, I think I'm in a school group now about getting the business funding and getting that done. And that's how my daughter was able to start her tour business, was she was able to get some funding from that. But I think, to get the funding to be able to start a logistics business, I think is on a whole nother level. And then I think that would be now you're, unless you do some type of a crowdfunding thing to get the money, like what Isaac Hayes Jr. Isaac Hayes III is doing with fan base. I don't know how else we were able to get it done, because it's hard to go and get it funded unless you put somebody else's face on.
And I think
front
that's
of it.
when you talking about them, our black credit unions and our black banks and them Greenwoods with all of
That
them,
part.
you have to start going to have those
You'll have
discussions with them people too. We
Yes,
can't just say we putting our money in the black banks if our black banks and our
banks
black
are
credit
not.
unions
Yes,
that.
that part.
Because
And I
what I'm
still
putting
think,
my money in your bank for if it ain't
if
gonna
I
work
still
for me.
can't get, if I still can't get a break or something,
That's
well, what's
fine.
the purpose? I mean, it's no different. You're no different than anybody else. If that's the case,
Correct.
I thought the whole
Correct.
purpose was so that we can get the leg up, because you understand about that, and that's what I liked about the banker with the couple. He was like, come back tomorrow, and I'll help you get you funded with what you need to go. And they was like, what? He was like, yes, because I own it,
Right.
and I'm not, but
Right.
I'm not seeing that
I'm
from.
not that me either. And that's why I'm like, we can't begin to have those discussions if we're not ready to fully commit full circle to everything that comes with it.
Yeah. And even Mr. Brown said the fact that we're still having these discussions years after financial woes, after Jim Crow, is a plot to scheme to keep us in financial chains. And that,
I agree.
I don't want to play the victim. I don't
I
want to
don't
be a
either.
victim. You know what I mean? I don't want to be the victim. But what can we, again, what is the solution? What can we do? And because we know what we're up against. So now we got to do things differently in order to be able to get ahead on those such situations. But sis, thank you so much for coming on. I knew
Thank
you was
you.
exhausted and was still resting up, but I'm so glad. And because I was looking for Wind Down Wednesdays, I was at football practice and I didn't see my notification come across my phone about 7 o'clock. And I was like, did we do Wind Down Wednesdays today? I said, nah, I guess we didn't. So let me go ahead and do this.
Right.
I'll go ahead and
I
start
was
the
gonna
recap,
text you. I'm like,
because
are you doing it today?
because
I'm
I
like,
know
she gotta be
because I
tired
know
too.
next week's recap, when we do get on Wind Down Wednesdays, is gonna be off the chain. I'm gonna
Right,
be at
right.
football practice, but I'm gonna have to figure out a way to how I want to catch it live. I don't want to catch it on the
The
replay.
replay,
Yeah,
right.
because but I'll be in football practice, but I'm gonna have to have my earpiece or something on so that I can or ask Coach Brian, hey, can I take a break because I need to go
He might let you take a
No,
break
but
for that one, right?
can you go over defense real quick? Because if because he's like, you the offensive coordinator, so I need you to. I'm like, no, can you go over defense real quick? Because I need to take a break real quick and get on this call because the next wind down Wednesday is gonna be off the
It's
chain.
gonna be fire. It definitely will be. Fire. It will be. Thank you,
Thank
Donna.
you, thank you,
Yeah.
Donna. What Mr. Brown say? First of all, blacks cannot be in financial against each other and come together to grow our communities. Absolutely, we
I
can't be in
agree.
competition with
I
each other
agree.
and come together. That's right. And you had another comment that I think I missed, Mr. Brown. Oh, this one. You said, I brought to Lexington outside women interest in female sports, and my platform is bringing attention to women's sports and is inspired with couples with Coach Brian and Laisha. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that.
I
Yeah,
love
I
it.
want everybody to get into women's tackle football. I want everybody to get into girls flag football, even women's flag football. Um, don't forget the Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame. The gala is coming up on September the 20th. The link is right there. Go ahead and get your tables and get that. Meet me and Coach Bryant we'll be on the red carpet again. So come by and get selfies with us because y'all know I love selfies with my people. I think that's the one thing that I dropped the ball on this past weekend.
I don't have any pictures,
I should have
Coach
been
Terry.
more intentional like Tony did. And
Tony got pictures with everybody. I have
with
no
everybody.
pictures.
Yes.
I have no pictures. I am snatching pictures like
All
from
of the
people.
yeah.
I have no pictures. None. None. I have a couple like that I just have. I couldn't keep up with my phone enough.
Yeah, because we had lost our phone.
Every time I turn around, I'm like, y'all, I don't know where my phone. I
My
don't know
phone.
my phone. I don't know where my phone. They were sick of me and losing stuff. I know it. I thank you for everybody that helped. I do. But yeah, I have no pictures. I'm snatching pictures as I wake up and I'm clicking. I'm like, save photo, save photo. Thanks, thanks,
Oh
thanks.
my yeah. Oh my God. Patricia Cooper, she just sent me the video of us coming out of the event room in the Hall of Fame. I said, girl, if you don't please send me that because it was so hilarious because she was clowning us a Dallas Cowboys fan. And of course, I showed it to Coach Bryant. He thought that was the best video out of
I
all of
know
them.
he
She
did.
said bang bang not again at the end.
So I seen her, I want to say it must have been in a meet and greet. And she was like, I have been left in charge to do this chant. And when I say bang, bang, you say Niner gang, I thought I was going to scream because they was like, they was looking like, what? Like, yes. I was like, this is so hilarious.
So
So,
hilarious. And it was stuff like that made it absolutely fun. And then, like I said, me and Natola's our favorite moment, even in the clinic, was when Tammy was playing center.
I
And
saw the
then
video.
there was another I didn't get her name, but she came out to play nose guard. And we was like, hey, as a nose guard, your job is to disrupt the center to make, especially if it's on a short yardage, it's third and short or something like that. And then Tammy took offense. Tammy took a hat, put a hat aside, and I said, "Oh, this is what we doing."
This is a real, we playing football today.
So much fun. So much
Yeah.
fun. I mean, from the time I walked in the hotel.
Because when they called me and was like, Coach Brian here, I'm like, this early? I'm like, oh, she told them people deuces, I'm out.
I said, I'm out. 10 o'clock, I was out. I said, babe, I'm hitting the road. He was like, what? I said, yeah. They done messed around and let me off early. I'm out. I'm on the road.
I'm like, this is the for real pull up. This is the pull up for real.
So yeah, so just from the time I walked in, and then of course they already was in the meet and greet in the room, and I walked in, and just the love that I was shown from just that moment, it was just fantastic, first class, the whole nine from the beginning, from the rooter to the tutor. It was a
I'm
first
so
class
glad you
event, and
enjoyed.
I enjoyed it tremendously. I knew I had to go home, but I sat around and wait because I was gonna leave right after the clinic, and I just sat around and just waited around because I'm like, well, I don't have to wait to get home. I know I need to get home, but just because I just wasn't ready to go, I just wasn't ready for it to end, and I'm glad that I stuck around a little bit as long as I did because it was just a ball.
Yeah.
So thank you, ma'am. Thank you, and thank you
Thank
to
you.
Susan. I did send her the link. I didn't think she'd come on because I know she was exhausted on Sunday. She was
Mhm.
exhausted. So I knew she needed to put her do not disturb on for a whole week at least to be able to regroup from this event. So yeah, we sure are. Yes, Donna, we are still high. I still haven't posted all of my videos and all of my pictures and stuff yet. And I'm getting ready to put, and I'm reposting Patricia's that one for that. I said, girl, you need to send me that one because I need to repost this video because it is hilarious. Just so that people just can see what the
Right.
atmosphere of what that looked like, and for those women that want to join. So we probably should have gotten another 10,000, 20,000 people join
Right.
just off of everybody's post this week. I'm sure you guys are inundated with a lot of the new requests.
Right.
Sorry, Ladybug, I'm out. I love you.
All
I
right. Love
appreciate
you
you.
too. Have
Love
a
you
good
for
one.
life. Have a good one. I
Right.
appreciate you.
Good night.
Good night. Hey everybody, so thank you. Make sure you go to my YouTube channel on Hits and Heels, and please subscribe. Stacey Evans, I see you on here, and I see a notification that came through that you subscribe. How about them Cowboys? Because I know you're a Cowboys fan, and I appreciate you. For those that are connected to us, know that go to layshoff.com and come to the gala and hang out with us. It's a black tie event. We're gonna have a great time. We're gonna celebrate some people because y'all know I love celebrating people. I love highlighting people. I love edifying people, and that's just what we do. So those of y'all that came on and supported us, thank you so much for coming on, and we'll see you all next week.